August 2025, the James Webb Space Telescope intercepted a signal impossibly rhythmic, brutally precise. Spectra froze on pure carbon dioxide lines. No water, no carbon monoxide, a chemistry that should not exist. The object, cataloged as 3i-foot Atlas, was flawless in symmetry, a triple lobed ice body gliding through the solar system on a path punctuated by prime number pulses. Within hours, classified protocols began snapping shut. Webb had just raised the alarm about a cosmic anomaly that defied every natural law. Why had a telescope built to study ancient galaxies suddenly overridden itself to catch what looked unmistakably engineered? And what if the signal wasn't just meant to be heard? On the morning of August 6, Dr. Anders, senior spectroscopist at ESA, stared at the first raw frames from Webb's NARSPEC. The core of 3i Atlas blazed on the spectral graph, a single towering peak of CO and nothing else. At 6.4 astronomical units from the sun, where comets are normally frozen and silent, this visitor was already venting gas. Yet every calibration, every rerun, stripped away the hope of error. Water lines that should have dominated lay buried in noise. Carbon monoxide, other volatiles, any familiar cometary fingerprint, absent. Each exposure repeated the same impossible result: a concentric, perfectly uniform shell of carbon dioxide surrounding a nucleus that refused to fit known chemistry. Ground-based follow-ups only deepened the mystery. Gemini South and IRTF spectra matched Webb's finding. The coma's faint glow was eerily symmetric. No jets, no gradients, just a seamless call envelope that looked engineered rather than formed. Past interstellar visitors from Oumuamua to Borisov arrived with chemical stories rich in variety. 3 Atlas answer with a monologue. Dr. Anders typed one line into a confidential memo. Carbon dioxide only, no water, no CO, no precedent. The implication was immediate. If natural processes could not produce such purity, the object's origin was in doubt. Within hours, the data circled through 3 agencies. Rumors of a data embargo began to circulate. That night, a junior technician on Webb's watch scanned incoming NIRSPEC telemetry and found something stranger hidden beneath the Kial Plateau. Timing, the spectral spikes arrived at whole second intervals. 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. A prime number sequence ticked out in infrared like a metronome. The technician ran rolling averages and re-plotted frames. The rhythm held. The pulses threaded through raw frames in every slit and IFU configuration. They never drifted. Always the next prime, always the same mechanical precision. 3 staffers across 2 agencies compared notes. A senior analyst stacked 5 hours of data and watched the sequence evolve. After the 11th interval a pause, then the count reset, but the gaps began to shrink. The primes compressed, countdown. The source was unmistakable, the nucleus of 3i Atlas. Not background noise, not an instrumental artifact. The analyst's report circulated with a phrase that chilled the room: deliberate encoding. No one yet used the word communication, but everyone understood the implication. By August 7, Webb's archive was locked behind error codes and placeholders. Requests for NARSPEC data returned blanks. Quick look spectra, raw frames. Calibration logs vanished in a coordinated blackout. Internal Slack messages, never meant for public eyes, hinted at a classified embargo. Unverified anomalies, pending review. The silence was absolute. Denied access lists grew. In Washington, secure conference rooms filled. Pentagon protocols triggered citing top-level space directives. Within a day, global observatories received TUR instructions, halt uploads, embargo frames, restrict review to credentialed personnel. Even ESA and JAXA partners felt their access revoked. The blackout was total, a switch from open inquiry to containment. Whatever 3i Atlas carried had crossed into national security territory. On August 18, before dawn, the X-37B spaceplane launched from Cape Canaveral on a mission manifest reduced to a single redacted line. Seoul sampling payload. Flight trackers watched the arc, then lost signal as the vehicle moved into a classified trajectory. Rumors of an intercept course swirled. No official statement followed. The world's most advanced telescopes were cut off from their own data, while military assets held the keys. Meanwhile, analysts kept finding anomalies. Dr. Lin, lead orbital analyst at the Minor Planet Center, pulled the latest mid-infrared frames from Webb's pipeline at 0320 UTC and saw a straight, rotating band of darkness slicing across 3I of Atlas's nucleus. The shadow cut a perfect chord, pivoting with a regularity that defied natural explanation. It rotated with the object, not with the sun, as if anchored to an internal axis, a mechanical silhouette repeating with the precision of engineered motion. Gemini South and IRTF logs confirmed the same razor straight feature across every exposure and wavelength. The timing of each dip matched a 12-hour, 3-minute cycle engineered cadence, not chaotic cometary behavior. Astrometry told another story. Over a dozen nights, Pan-Staros and Subaru registered micro-thrusts, minute, deliberate nudges that kept 3I of Atlas locked to the ecliptic with surgical alignment, less than 1% off a perfect solar system threading. Computer models returned odds, 1 in 100,000 that such a trajectory could be natural. Then came the hydrogen line bursts. Radio logs captured 12-hour, 3-minute pulses that mapped a sequence of sky points. Decoded the intervals, traced a map from the Triangulum galaxy toward Earth. Their ratios echoed a double helix, a spiral embedded in numbers, not a random beacon, not cosmic noise, but a message or a mirror. The evidence accumulated fast, a rotating shadow, adaptive course corrections, a prime number countdown, hydrogen line bursts that pointed home. It was no longer a question of whether 3I of Atlas was engineered. It was who or what had set it on that path. By August 6, 2025, Webb had triggered an emergency override after detecting the pure CO halo, an unprecedented signature never recorded in any known comet. Within 48 hours, the world saw data embargoes and a flurry of classified launches and orders dated August 7 and August 18. Multiple observatory logs and internal briefings documented 3I of Atlas's symmetry, its internal shadow, and its prime number signals. Yet core questions remained unanswered: the origin of the primes, the meaning of the hydrogen bursts, the motive behind a pattern that pointed to Earth. As of today, more than 60% of the scientific data and internal communications remain sealed in classified archives. The facts are stark. In 2025, something interstellar passed through our solar system, exhibiting traits no natural object has shown before. Engineered or anomalous, 3I of Atlas has forced the world to wait for answers it may not be allowed to see.